Alright, a very good afternoon to everyone who's doing the Big One Satellite. Of course, you know it's a place of information and fun. We always come right here to give you every single piece of information, but we try to blend in a little bit of fun in it. Reason being, we believe that if information really just comes out in a very serious manner, it tends to block out some section of the people who love fun. And that's the reason why when we bring the information, we make it fun and we make it so massive. And back to this semester, which is the second semester of the academic year 2024-2025, we are kickstarting lots of activities, and I want to inform you that this semester we're going to be having serious politics, more than what we had last semester. You're sure we had the politics of the chief fresher, but this time around it's going to be more serious. That is the guild election, which I want to believe is going to be the 10th, right? The 10th guild elections. We are going to be having the elections for the various cultural associations within Lira University, that is the beacon, and lots of other activities. So just know it's going to be a serious semester, but of course with academics, if you are going to participate in the elections, don't leave out your books, because that is the core reason as to why you're here. And as you can see, tonight I'm having my guest, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am okay.
Good. Just like you can see him, he looks politics, he looks leadership. I brought him here, particularly tonight we're going to be talking about the politics. We want to unfold, unleash, and bring on board certain bits of the politics. The person I'm having here in institution was part of the hot political rim of 2020, that was 2023-2024. So we are going to be talking about the politics of 2024-2025. What he did in that rim of the politics he's going to tell us, and then we shall kickstart our interview. So I just want you to give us a brief introduction. You're going to tell us about yourself, but I would request that you talk about the history of your leadership structure. If it started way back from baby class, you have to tell us that, but just in summary, then you tell us what you are doing in the political rim of 2023-2024. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, so quick. Briefly about myself, first of all, good evening to the viewers of the Beacon Satellite. My name is Mr.Ogwal Paul Duli. I am in year 3, which is also my final year of education at Lira University, pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in Community Psychology and Psychotherapy. I am 26 years old, awaiting 27 on the 23rd of September this year.
Okay.
I belong to the Ling clan of Lang. Ling, yes. And about my leadership history, it started way back, I think before you were born. When I was in kindergarten, I used to be that boy that was told to report those who used to fight when we would go to the merry-go-round and the seesaw.
Okay.
So some were big-headed and would want to fight. So I'm the one that would be assigned.
So you were such a planned kid that you went to a school with
Why not? Not really planned.
like some Lira Central, but for us who came from those families, we went to something UPE.
Okay, so that's where I started from, and then in my primary school, I was head boy from P5 to P7. I went to Lira College. I was a prefect in O-level for the 3 years I was there. I went to St. Mary's College of Gazi, where I had my A-level education. I contested for head prefect.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get the rightful amount of votes to be head prefect, but I was later given a very senior position. And so on and so on. I joined the institution. I went to Lira University and was a big man there. And now here I am. After losing my elections, of course, you told me to tell you what I did in my run here at Lira University last year. I contested for guild president, to you the viewer who did not know. But unfortunately, also, I did not win the elections, but I still took up leadership positions. Leadership comes from God. I don't deny that fact. So I am a leader up to now as I speak, because I haven't handed over I am, to be specific, the president of the Lira University Debate Society.
Great.
Yes, that's briefly about who I am.
Okay. I'm still getting back to the other issue of you being a blind kid. It's okay. Leadership, you said it comes from God, but to some extent, we also influence leadership. Yeah? There are certain things we do to make us achieve the leadership goals we have, not necessarily from God.
Yes.
Yes. And now in your introduction, you mentioned that you're in your third year, right?
Yes.
So that makes you a finalist.
Yes, I am.
Now, I want to believe if you're a finalist, you have witnessed more than one guild elections here at Lira University, the Beacon.
That is true.
Perhaps in your year one when you came, there was that election which took place. In your year two, there was that election which you tried. Then this is your year three, you'll still witness another election. So that calls for experience. You have a lot of experience in the leadership staff of the university compared to that person who is still in year one or even year two right now.
Correct.
So I want you to briefly tell us, me and the people viewing, the changes you have seen in the elections of Lira University. And now you're going to base on those changes to predict how this 10th guild election is going to be. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a tricky part of this interview because predicting the results of this election when I don't even know who the candidates will be is a tricky one. But basing on the experience at Lira University, I think I have witnessed so far only 2 elections. Though I very closely monitored the elections of 2021-2022, where there was a hot contest between my brother Daniel Ojom and a very established politician of this land, Maroli. You know her?
Yeah.
Now I want to start from there, though I was not part of it. Ojom was just a young boy in year 2 doing public health, and the Maroli had come back to school. That's what people of these days say.
Yeah.
And she was already established. So you would want to think that people would go for Maroli, who was already, established in the political sphere and also had some dime, The world has taught us that you don't need to join politics when you don't have money, which I think is not true.
Okay.
But we saw John Daniel coming victorious. Yes. Now, the next election was between Onyok Joshua and my namesake Dixon Ogwal. You remember that election? We were in year 1. If you were my classmate or year mate. So in that election, I think Ogwal had started the run for being president earlier when he was in year 1. And Onyok Joshua was nowhere to be seen. And people got so much used to Ogwal. Now, till it reached a point where people thought Ogwal would go, unopposed. But before we knew it, there was a candidate, a very good candidate in Onyok Joshua. I will really call it a very good candidate, based on what I think leader should be. And this is a secret. I voted for him. Yes, I voted for Onyok Joshua. My reasons will be told to anyone who would want to know. So you see, the issue of money and experience was not so much into that election. Because when I gauge Dixon and Onyok, none of them spent so much money that called for attention. And none of them were so old and would say was experienced in leadership. So it is tricky to know what took place in that election that made Ogwal to win. But I personally think it is the long time he had spent showing his interest and also the very close connection he had created with the students of Lira University. Now from that election, we took stage. We were about 4 in the election. Myself, the victor Yena, there was Buha, and then Kogan, my good friend Awio. So that election has been a very peculiar one compared to the recent ones because it brought in something that the Beacon had never seen. Monetized politics. I regret to say this. There was a lot of spending money. Myself did not ever think that I would have to hire a car to move me for an election. But it happened. So I don't want to say the election was fully influenced by the money that people had. But I also want to think, in my own opinion, that the most loaded candidate won that election.
You mean loaded with?
With money, yes. That is my thinking.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to impose it on other people. But the most loaded candidate won that election. So I would be at error to say that the election was 70% driven by resources compared to the previous election of Onyok and then the 2021 election of Omaro and So going ahead to the last question now, predicting what the next election will be. I will only predict what I think will happen, but not the result of the election.
Yeah, not about the results.
I think it's going to be so much about who has what. Because we've already shown the people.
That is about
the nestling learns how to fly from the mother bird. So we the elders have showed them you need to have money. So people are going to look out for who has the money. The other time when I was here buying popcorn and moving a very big music system, people were dancing. This time I think if you cannot do that. So that's my thinking.
Okay. Now I've stopped you basically on two reasons. One, you said it's your thought. There's something that you mentioned and said that's my thought.
Yeah.
Now I want to say you are greatly and 100% responsible for your thoughts. No one should come to the big concert and be like, you said this. Right. Then two, you said you're the president Lira University.
Debate society.
So I would request that please use simple English. You have already started bringing in your so you might confuse me and the audience or the viewers. Yeah,
okay.
That's my request. Now, just a quick one. This one is just the answer is just going to be a yes or a no. If you are eligible, which I know you're not, would you still contest again for guild presidency at Lira University?
No.
We are stopping there. If you want to know the reason why you will not contest, you will get to the comment section and be like, please, can we get to know more? Then we shall call him back here. Good. As so far so good, it's moving on well. You reminded me, I started this interview without even introducing myself, but you mentioned it. You mentioned the word Zokwe somewhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am MC Zokwe, the official host of this Big Concert Light. And please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do so because that is the only thing you can pay us with. And you also be paying yourself. Reason being, you subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Anything we post, you'll be the first to receive. Now let's get on. And we are almost ending. But we are still going political. I love your prediction. I also had plans of coming in, but now you're saying it's going to be about who has what. Me, I have my Mirinda bottle.
It's okay.
So if this one can take me there, I'll come. Now, you talked of qualities of a good leader. You said you saw it in Joshua. Could you just hint some of the qualities you would wish someone coming in for this 10th election would carry? Like the person who is coming to contest as a guild president in this forthcoming election, what qualities would you want to see in that person?
Okay.
Yeah.
Number one, being a leader is about service to the people you lead. And being a guild president, from the word guild means the students' body, and you're just their president, their leader actually. So I need about only 4 good qualities, and those are the qualities I fought so hard to have when I came to contest. Number one is being a good communicator.
Communication.
Yes, you have to, because the reason you're there is to give us information. We need to know what is taking place. That is very good. Remember, being a guild president comes with the pleasure of being a member of the university council. And that is the top decision-making body of the university. So we expect that whatever happens there, you will come back and communicate it to us effectively. That is number one. Number two, you need to be a very good arbitrator, someone that can convince. You need to be a good negotiator in simple terms, because while in council, there are very many policies going to be laid out to you that are supposed to affect the people you lead. Now, there are some that, from the people you lead, may not be good. They may be draconian in some way. So it is your work to negotiate very well through non-violent means of negotiation, and let the people in council get to understand that really we need not to do this. That is quality number two. Quality number three is being social. Be a sociable person, because if you lead people and you're not with the people, then what are you leading? You're leading the wind. Maybe the last quality is being empathetic. Well, yeah. Think about someone down there that you're leading that is going through a very hard time. What if it were you? Then you have to be able to act in that accord.
Okay.
Those are the top 4 qualities, but they are not limited to all the very many qualities that we've learned in class. But those are the top 4 that stand out for me.
Okay.
Yes.
And I want to believe you carried all the 4. That's why you came to contest.
Now that may not be my question to answer to the people that voted me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You talked of the people who voted you. And I want you to look straight there. Talk to the voters. Those ones who are going to vote in this forthcoming election. What are you telling them?
Talking to the voters, number 1, because I'm a voter myself in this election. They say this is a quote that was put up by an American. He said, bad officials are elected into office by the good voters who don't want to turn up to vote. So number 1 is please come and vote. Even if you don't have the best candidate in the election, come and vote against the worst. Because I may feel like there's a point I contested for some election, and when I went to someone to ask for votes, he said, but you guys don't look like you don't qualify for my vote.
Like everybody contested?
Yes, all the 3 of us. So I told him, if I don't qualify for the vote, then among the 3, there is a worse candidate. Come and vote against them. And voting against them means voting a better candidate.
Yeah.
So I am appealing to all the voters, please come and vote. Number 2, give these people a listening ear. At some point you go to people and you want to talk to them and they don't want to listen to you. But I am appealing to you, please listen to them, because that is how you will vote someone that will stand for you. It doesn't pay a coin to get money from someone, or someone brings for you music like you did to dance, and then the only payment you get is dirty in your shoes. You have to go back and clean your shoes.
Yeah.
But you don't get a good leader. So give them a listening ear. Then when the day comes, vote. And then maybe to make sure you exercise your rights well, follow the elections very closely. Because as a voter, it doesn't make sense for you to cast a vote in an election that is not free and fair. So, be the whistleblowers. Where you see an irregularity, speak up. That is to the voters. And I'll do the same because I'm a voter this time on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're also talking to me.
Correct.
Because I'm a voter. Now, there's a question I needed to ask, but I asked, reason being you answered it in, I think it was in the second question, you already answered it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been me, MC Zoku, the officials of the Big Concept, and my friend Ogwal Paul Duli, who are talking about politics, and we pledge to bring everything concerning the politics of Lira University. We have just started. Right now, you're not knowing anybody who is contesting, but we pledge to fetch them and bring them here. Let the person say, ladies and gentlemen, I've come, support me, like that. So that's going to be a pledge, but we just requested to keep following the Big Concept, like share the link so that those ones who are already outside can also follow. Just like he got to hear about the elections of Ojom Daniel and Marilyn when you were not here.
Yes.
We want that very thing to happen. Those ones who finished and graduated last time should also get to know how this thing is going, but it can also happen by following the Big Concept. So stay tuned, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. See you next time. Bye.